Welcome, in front of me is a Vivo Y17 and today I will go over unboxing along with a quick look at the device and just my look at it from a perspective of it being released a couple years back now. So anyway, let's just get straight into it. Like I mentioned, this device was released a couple years back and that would be basically April of 2019, so it's a bit dated by now. But in any case, let's see what we get. Now, originally this device costed about, what is it? About 230 euros, about. So let's see how that price held up to current time. In terms of paperwork, we basically have absolutely squat. We'll get the phone itself. Surprisingly, the battery still holds. Then under here we get a case, looking absolutely cheap and the thinnest mold you could probably have. Like, this is just paper thin. And below that we have a charger. That is a Type A to micro USB. Oh boy, that hurts. Like I said, this device was released a couple years back. And we also have headphones that look like absolute dirt cheap headphones. Now, that being said, logically thinking, for the device that was released even at 2019, they should have dropped the absolute dog shit earbuds and give you a Type-C charging port on the device. But instead they give you a absolute abhorrent charging port, and they also gave you like a 10-watt charger. Indeed, it is a 10-watt charger. So yeah, you're not going to be getting much out of charging speed right here, nor will you be enjoying the versatility of a USB Type-C. In any case, another things that you won't be enjoying on this device is going to be newer versions of Android, like the Android 14 that is now coming out to most devices, because this device is running Android 9. Like I said, it was released a couple years back. It's also running a FunTouch 9. And in terms of the display right here, it is an LCD IPS display with a resolution of 720 by 1544 pixels, putting it at about 260 pixels per inch, so not too good. It is a 6.3 inch display, no high refresh rate, nothing like that, so yeah, it's pretty dated. So let's be honest, display right here is not going to be its strong suit. So let's see the internals. We have a 5000 mAh battery in here, which I'm not sure if it's not bulging up by any chance already. Kind of feels like it has a little bit of a curvature right here. But in any case, hopefully that is just my imagination. So, 5000 mAh battery, we have 64 gigabytes of built-in storage with 4 gigabytes of RAM, or 128 gigabytes of built-in storage, also 4 gigs of RAM. So, not the greatest. We have expandable storage using a micro SD card, so that's pretty good. And then in terms of cameras, we have a 13 megapixel main shooter, then we got an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and then we also have a trash camera called 2 megapixel depth sensor, which is absolutely redundant and useless. And then at the front, on the global version, we have a 20 megapixel wide sensor, and if you bought this phone in China, you would get a 16 megapixel selfie cam. Okay, now moving on into the features, we do have, like I mentioned, a micro USB charging port. I want to stress that because it is so outdated by now that I don't see a reason to buy a phone like that with this charging port. Even Apple is using Type-C now. We have a headphone jack, microphone, speakers. Then on the side, volume rockers along with a power button. At the top we got absolutely nothing, and then on the left side at the top we have our SIM/SD tray. And we also have a fingerprint sensor that is mounted on the back. Yes, that's how old this device is. It still has a back-mounted fingerprint sensor. Nowadays you have either under the display, or if not under the display, you have it on the power button. So next thing to talk about is the processor in here, and we are looking at a Helio P35 processor. So yeah, this device won't be fast at all, and at the release date it costed about 200 euros, give or take. Nowadays, let me quickly check how much this device would cost if you wanted to pick it up now, which I wouldn't recommend picking it up now because it is a fairly dated device. So with Black Friday basically being like tomorrow, this device costs a little bit over $100 in Poland, on basically the equivalent side of Amazon, which is the Allegro. And to be more precise, it costs about like 120 bucks, something along those lines. So even for this price, I think it's severely overpriced at current time, because like I said, it is an older device. There is things that you will be lacking on this phone that you would have on other ones. And most importantly, the thing that you will be lacking is newer versions of Android, and the thing that also comes with newer devices, which is security patches. So if you really care about your bank accounts being protected, yeah, this device won't be really doing that, because I'm pretty sure its security patches have ended not long ago. So you won't be getting any new ones. Therefore, if there is some kind of vulnerability in the system, someone can exploit it and just hack your device. Not a very good thing to have in your device. So alternatively, what I could recommend is one of the devices that I literally just unpacked, and it's about the same price, but it was actually released recently, and that would be the Poco M4. It's also a basically low-end device that comes at about 130 euros, but because it was released recently, it will have better specifications, because cheap phones get good over time, so that one falls under that category. And additionally, you will also have the security patches, which this device will most certainly not have anymore. So highly recommend looking at the M4 instead, which, like I said, will be a better money kind of spent. So anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.